Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to talk about a metabolic conditioning series with the kettlebell. It will be a combination of 3 basic exercises done 4 times. Metabolic conditioning can be done in a bunch of different ways. The way that we are going to do it today is we are going to set up 3 basic exercises. We're going to put them in a row and we're going to do them for X amount of time. Metabolic conditioning can be done if you're already really good at your basics. We're treating this as a back burner exercise. That means we're putting it in after our primary training. Our primary training should consist of focusing on the basics with a kettlebell. Your 6 basic movements are your swing, your clean, your snatch, your squat, your press, and your Turkish get-up. Normally you treat kettlebelling very much like barbelling and you focus on your pure basics to get the most out of training. But that is not all you can do with kettlebells. You can do an infinite amount of stuff with kettlebells. If you've already done your primary training for the day, say a progressive swing program or a progressive clean and press program, then you could put something like this in at the end of training after everything else has been done to kick your metabolism a little bit harder. The point is that each one of these exercises has a different heart rate demand, therefore a different breathing requirement, and that has a positive effect on your metabolism. The 3 exercises we're going to do with the kettlebell: number 1, plain old between the feet deadlift, then a dead clean, then a dead clean step back. Let's show you all of them together in series, then we'll do the coaching cues for each one individually, then we'll talk about it again. Deadlift, dead clean, step back opposite leg, stand all the way up. Deadlift, dead clean, step back all the way lunge, stand all the way up. Deadlift, dead clean, step back, knee on the ground, stand all the way up. The deadlift is the simplest movement, point 2 feet straight ahead. With something like a kettlebell, we do not need a lot of turnout. Oftentimes, barbellers will turn out because they are moving their body around the bar so that the bar can travel in a straight path up and down. With kettlebells, we don't really need to do that because the kettlebell is small enough, we can move it around our body. We're having our feet straight ahead so that we can link it into the step back lunge without a foot shift later. Point your thumb towards the sky, which means straight ahead. All the way down, weight in the heels. Keep your knees from going too far forward. If your heels are lifting off the ground, drive back as far as you can to put your weight in your heels. Your knee should be behind the line of your toe. Stand all the way up. Drive your shoulder away from your ear, squeeze your lat. Set the weight all the way down. For the dead clean, you could either do thumb back or thumb forward. We're going to demonstrate thumb forward in this video. Thumb forward, stand up powerfully from the hips like every dead clean you've ever done with either a barbell, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or a heavy club. Stand up, get the weight up to our rack position. The rack position is important. This is not the same rack that you would do with a barbell or a dumbbell. Elbow close to hip, fingers point towards the sky if you open your hand. The kettlebell will be at a 45-degree angle in your hand. The L of your hand goes to the L of the kettlebell. If your handle is parallel like this, we call this a barbell grip. You'll notice the wrist tends to bend. As you move faster, you tend to bounce on your wrist, tends to hurt people's wrist over time. Use the kettlebell the way it was intended with one hand. Good dynamics. Knuckle, wrist, elbow in a vertical line. Set the weight all the way down, thumb points forward. Dead clean again, add the step back. Dead clean, catch, thumb at collarbone height, elbow in, step back. Put your knee on the ground. We want to put our knee on the ground so we can push this hip forward and lean back as far as we can. Often people think kettlebells cause low back pain because when they try to do movements like this, they lean forward and make their life hard. Make your spine vertical the way that you're supposed to. Stand up through that lead heel, squeeze your glutes to the top, pull your kneecaps up, straighten the arm, set the weight all the way down. Key points about this specific series. We're trying to stand all the way up and verticalize our spine with every exercise. People get pain in their body when they deviate from standing. The good thing about kettlebells is if you practice them, they will trick you into standing all the way up and firing your core muscles the way that they're supposed to fire. On the deadlift, stand all the way up. Squeeze the glute. On the power clean, stand all the way up. If your hips are back, it's gonna hurt. Push your hips all the way forward, belly button in, rib cage down. Dead clean, step back. Same thing as the first exercise. Get that knee on the ground, lean back as far as you can, drive up through that lead heel, stand up, keep that vertical spine. Straight arm, set the weight all the way down. So this is a simple series. It is not super complicated. It is not meant to be. You can make an infinite number of these metabolic finishers by combining the 6 basic exercises in any possible way. This one is simple. It simply focuses on getting people to stand all the way up. If the rest of your program was very difficult, focusing on your clean and press or your swing or your deck squat or your fundamentals, this is meant to be less complex because you're already supposed to be very tired. As you get more tired, we would like to make things simpler or lighter over time so that we can maintain good structure at the end of our workout. Most people get hurt at the end of their workout by trying to push it way too hard. They lose their structure or they lose their breathing, and then they get hurt at the final moments. With this idea, we just want to set a timer for 4 or 5 minutes, however much time you have at the end of the workout. Max on this one's probably just about 5 minutes. You could of course do it for 20 minutes or an hour if you had that much time, but we're trying to make it short enough that it's actually doable at the end of training. So use an intermediate to light weight and work on this simple series. Often people will get confused and they will leave out the deadlift. Say it aloud if you have to. Say deadlift, dead clean, step back, lean back. Talking your way through things helps people learn complex physical skills. The goal of all training is to succeed at training and get better over time. If we get hurt, we failed at that goal. If we mess it up so many times that we can't get a consistency with it, then we've also failed at that. Talking also forces us to focus on our exhales. Exhales are important. Your body will inhale for you naturally.